Welcome to the Selectmen's meeting for the town of Acton for October 18th, 2016. First order is salute the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Approval of the agenda.
I'll move we approve the agenda.
I'll second it, since Elise is not with us tonight. All in favor? All opposed? Approval of the minutes of the last meeting?
I move that we approve the minutes of the last meeting.
What did I miss?
Oh, I didn't send them out, so I was hoping you would table that for 1 week with the taxes.
Read them. No? Hadn't been last week, then.
Must have been week
Then
4,
we will
so.
table the approval of the minutes, because they've not been sent out. Okay. Department heads, committee chair updates. Anyone, any of our department heads wish to get up tonight? Nope. Okay. Oh.
We, just to let people know, we went down the Hop Road the other day, took care of some bumps. We ripped out a couple 100 feet of road there and had it repaved in. We are planning on doing that project in the spring. At this point here, we've had a hard time. The paving guys are right out straight, and they're supposed to be up paving Young's Ridge this week. That's what they told me last week, but, so what we did is we went down and took care of those bumps just so that we can, this winter, you know what bumps I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I did that, and,
What was the spot that you paved, the large spot there? What was that? Was it breaking up, or?
yeah, on the side of the road there, it heaved right up. So, even right now, it was heaved up, and in the wintertime, it'd lift about 4 inches, so if plow would catch it, it wasn't good, so we just tried to take care of that issue. That, and we went down to Babylon Brook Road, Lebanon Road, and, we took care of that bump down there, that one culvert crossing, we ripped out, repaved it in, and then we had them repatch all those culverts down through there. So hopefully this winter, that will be a little bit more enjoyable to drive over.
Thanks. Thanks. Anything, Scott, from your side? Nope, okay, thank you. Okay, old business, fire station roof.
We are still on track for them to start on Monday, October 24th.
Okay. Very good, and library walkway.
We are almost done. Today we got prices for railings. We had Phil's Fabrication out of Lebanon come out, and we had Milton Fabrication come out. They both met with Ken and I and got the same information. One of the companies is about $600 less than the other, so clearly we're gonna go with them.
Okay.
And hopefully to have the railings in. I mean, they're at least 2 weeks out, but that should be one of our last steps.
Okay. Is that the same company that did the other ones, or different?
It's the same company that did the front railings.
Yep, okay.
Yep.
Great. Old sand salt building demolition bid.
So, this is what we drafted up. Certainly the guys can jump in. Town of Acton is currently accepting sealed bids for the demolition and removal of the wood structure formerly used as a town sand and salt shed. The building can be viewed at 893 Sanborn Road. All concrete and pavement to remain in place. Winning bidder must provide proof of liability insurance and workers' compensation. Bids will be opened and reviewed at the November 22nd Selectmen's meeting. Anything anybody wants to add?
Okay,
David?
sounds good. Thank you. Okay, new business. Open sand bids. Okay, you want to do the honors?
Sure.
Open them up.
I'll get my mic off.
Thank you.
Hopefully they were all on the town letter that we sent.
It is. This one is from Rudolph Pepin. Okay. $10 per yard bid delivered. That's, let's see, estimated between 15 and 2,000 yards. So delivered is $10, picked up is $6.50.
What's 650?
Pickup.
Okay.
If we go pick it up. Okay, that was from Pepin, that's all there was in that one. I'm gonna carve open the next one there. Okay. This one is from R. Pepin and Son Incorporated. R. Pepin. This one is $8.50 delivered and $5 pickup.
Is there an additional material on that?
He bid separately. He's got another envelope coming out.
Yeah, there's another envelope here
Yeah.
with Pepin on it,
So
so.
that's for the granular sand?
Well, I don't think we'll know until he
This
pulls them
says
out.
crushed sand?
See what he wrote on the other one, you should be able to tell,
Yeah.
right? Are you opening the other R. Pepin one next?
Yeah. It's this one.
He had asked if he could submit 2 bids for 2 different types of sand. So we told him just
See what
to
we got here.
spell it out in the bid.
Once again, R. Pepin and Son. This one. Plastow sand? Does that sound right?
What's it called?
It says Plastow sand,
Yeah.
and this one is $9.50 and $6 pickup.
Is it 950?
$9.50 and $6. What's the difference in the sand?
One of them, is the material that comes off the crusher.
Okay.
It's screened off, so it's a little gritty.
Okay,
I told him to send in 2 separate bids when he called.
Okay.
That way if they're within the ballpark, and that we can inspect, see which one
okay.
is feasible.
Thank you, Bill. This one, make sure there's nothing else in there. This one is from Shaw Brothers Construction. And this is $13.24 delivered and $5.24 pickup.
Wow.
Nothing else written on this one.
Who's it again?
That is Shaw Brothers.
Star?
Shaw,
Oh, Shaw.
yep.
$13.24 and $5.24.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Okay, this one is Landscapers Depot. And they are at $7 delivered and $6.50 pickup. So $7 and $6.50. Landscapers Depot. One more, Gorham Sand, I believe. It looks at the envelope. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Gorham Sand and Gravel. And they are at $9.50 delivered and 575 pickup, with no additional information on that one, so. Okay. So those, I assume we send those off to have the two road commissioners look them over?
Yeah, in the past, if they've been
Yep.
fairly close, we just have a little workshop or a brief meeting afterwards unless they're prepared to talk about it tonight. Sometimes they want to get samples. It's really up to what direction they want to go into.
Yep. So
A lot of
looking,
times it's difficult on the spot, so we could table it until next week unless you guys are ready to discuss it now.
so we got Pepin at the delivered price, that's Rudolph Pepin at $10 and $6.50. We have the two, our Pepins. One is from the crusher at $8.50 and $5, and we have $9.50 and $6. Shaw Brothers, which is $13.24 and $5.24. Landscape Depot at $7 and $6.50. Gorham at $9.50 and $5.75.
Do we primarily get it all delivered? Is that safe to assume you don't pick it up very often, right? So we're really looking at the delivered price? Which one of these companies have we used in the past?
Yes, Rudy. We've used Rudy, I think, 2 years ago.
He's the R. Pepin and Son, or he's the first Pepin?
Rudolph Pepin, the
The
first
one,
one.
the $10 a yard.
Yep.
Landscape Depot, we've never used.
Never used them, they were the lower bid last year, and we decided to go with the other one.
Who did we use last year?
Well, we used the Midway Pit up on H Road, and they're out of business now, long
Okay.
story. It's one thing we're all over the map on these numbers here. Obviously, we have one price that's $1.50 lower. There's a reason why we haven't been taking that bid, but we may want to check the material out. There's 4 prices here that, well, even Rudolph Pepin's price is within realm of what it should be. But I think what we've got to do here is we've got to go and look at the material. And what we also got to do is see about availability. Because right now, we gotta decide how we want to do this year. We were talking about putting in a bunch of salt, and we've already got a bunch of sand now. So how much we're actually going to get right now is up in the air. But the availability in the wintertime is one thing that we've got to check with these contractors, see if we can call and have them
On the
either
spot.
get it to us or whatever. So by tabling it might be a good idea, and see if we can do a Tuesday night meeting or something.
Okay.
Could we do something like that?
Is that good for you, Scott?
Early,
Just have a workshop at, say, 4 o'clock?
Sure.
yeah. Now,
All of them,
last year I went around and got samples of the sand. Do you want me to do the same thing this year?
Yeah, I'll get landscape. And
Yeah, you can
I
drive
get
right by.
Rudy's. Yeah, I can get Rudy's and, did you know if Dave was gonna plan on using the sand in Acton?
Well, the sand that he was talking about, I'm sure that's probably where the regular, the plastow sand, I think is what he calls it, is probably gonna end up coming out of the, I'm not gonna say it for sure, but I'm sure that's where it's gonna come from.
Yeah.
But the other stuff is gonna be coming out of, I believe is gonna be coming out of the pit on,
Agway?
the Agway pit. So, that material there, said it was very coarse material. So that's something I wanna look into before we even consider it. We don't want anything too crazy, but we obviously gonna have to go and do some check-in because, in the past, we've gotten lower bids and not taking them for a reason.
Right.
And, during the winter time, you get a sand with any fines in it, it's gonna freeze up on our bodies, and it's the horror show from there on. That, and also is the delivery. You could be $2 a yard cheaper, but at the end of the day, if
Get
it
it.
takes 3 days longer to get the
Right.
material, the machinery's getting paid for. So we have to really sit down. We gotta, if you wanna talk to, the guy from Landscapers Depot, and see if there's any way he can guarantee that we can have the material when we need it.
Yeah, I know he's got a pretty good pile down there.
I know, but I do also know what they did in Lebanon too, so, And I know Gorham Sand, I talked to them last year, that's a huge company. Gorham, obviously, Shaw Brothers is a little, that's something I don't think we can consider, but the other ones there, Rudy said that he can be available, I'm just not sure about the wintertime months.
Yep.
He's not sure, he hasn't, up in the air, but, I'm sure, Scott, you'll see him. But I'll take care of the other guys there and see, the availability and everything else.
Okay, so we'll have a workshop next Tuesday
Tuesday,
for this meeting?
yeah, 4 o'clock.
Sure.
Is that what? Yeah, 'cause, yeah, 4 o'clock I think would be good. And, we'll go from there. So we want to award no bids right now.
Yep, good.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next on the agenda, Southern Maine Veterans Memorial Check Presentation.
So Mr. Rivard emailed me, and,
Ron's taking a picture because he thinks I'm very slow.
I think you should be in the picture too, Ron. So they like to go forward, and
Come up and
Sure.
get your picture taken.
that's half of the town.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
We can
Come on up front, Bill.
afford to do it in 2 checks, it's not.
Huh? Not gonna come up?
Oh, you wanna come?
The thing is that we appreciate everybody that donates, and we like to make sure that we honor them by getting a picture with them.
Go
that side
of the other,
Yeah. You know? And this is part of the history of the cemetery to have,
Okay, here we go.
oh,
Come on, one more. Everybody smiling? Good.
and she'll send us the proper spelling of your name. So we
Okay,
know.
sounds great, thank you. Okay. Well resources is the next one on the list.
So I gave you copies of what we have available in our office. There are actually 2 different memos. One is for private well owners, and the other one is for small businesses, farm operations, nonprofit. It basically walks you through step by step on what they recommend. If you have no water, what kind of resources are out there, starting with reporting the well to 211, which a lot of people may not be aware of, and there's a lot of funding out there right now to try to help with some of this drought, so we.
Right, yeah, we are in a very dry situation right now. The state has come out with some of these funds to try to help folks that are having issues with wells. So we just wanted to kind of get this out in front of everyone to say, you know, there is some things out there to help, and get a hold of Jennifer here at the town hall, and she can point you in the right direction to these forms and whatnot, or these letters, and, you know, so I know there's been a number of people in town that's had well issues, and, I think it's been primarily shallower wells, but, you know, there's still not a lot of rain in sight, and we've been pushing now since July. Yeah, the only good thing we have this time of year is we don't have the 80, 90-degree temperatures to be taking the moisture out of the ground, so what does hit tends to go down and stay a little bit longer, but it is terribly dry. If anybody drives down the Hopper Road, and look at that dam down there, it's just a trickle, probably no wider than 1.5 feet going over it. And that's gotta be a, what, 50-foot dam anyway, I would think, so. You know, so there's not, you know, it's kind of a critical thing, so watch your wells, watch your water usage. It's your own wells, so just kind of keep an eye on what you're doing. Okay, R.H. Smith Management Letter.
So as you know, the warrant, the audit is complete. Michelle went back and forth, and they made a couple of last-minute adjustments, based on our records versus theirs. The last thing is this, management letter, which you guys have seen before. This basically goes through and talks about any deficiencies that they feel like they found, in the town or in the school. It's itemized out, but essentially, we need the board to sign the last page confirming that you have read it, so.
Okay.
And it's a public document, it's up to you, it's fairly lengthy, or if you wanted to touch on them,
Yep.
it's up to you.
Okay. Let's see what we have here. I mean, we could, actually, there's no rush to get this done tonight, correct?
Nope,
So we
can
could,
put it off.
we could
Yeah, it was emailed.
have a chance to look
you
at this
a couple
and,
weeks ago.
yeah, I did read it over, so. I know there was one question about, bank reconciliation, and that's been worked out between here and the treasurer at the school. They'll be
Right.
double checking each other, which is a great idea.
Yeah, the only deficiency it found in the town was that they wanted a second person overlooking the bank reconciliations, and like you said, we've worked over it. The next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deficiencies are all pertaining to the school.
Right, right. And that'll be up to them to work those through and
Yep.
come up with some answers to that. Will they be getting back to us on that, or?
I would imagine your communications with the school board, you certainly could follow up, can talk to
Yeah.
Elise, make sure she gets a copy of it.
Sure.
You've got a new superintendent in there too that is kind of coming in and seeing these for the first time with his year end, so.
Right,
They're pretty minor, it's just
yeah,
little things they'd like to see done differently.
yep, okay. Yeah, I have no issues with signing this. What about you, Bill?
Oh,
So, okay. Do you have one in particular that we need to sign? Do you have a
And
master?
just sign the
or-
last page, just,
Of any of these?
yep.
Okay.
You just need one signature, right?
Well, no, two
Let's get-
selectmen,
let's get both,
one
yeah.
document.
Okay. Yeah, sign that and there really is no spot on it, so just right under mine, I guess, will be fine. So, yeah, we've used them for how long now? How many years?
A lot,
8 or 10 plus?
yep, 8, I believe.
Yep. Okay, brings us to the public comment part of our meeting. Anyone from the public wish to come up and address? Come right up, state your name. Excuse me.
Roland Waterhouse. Just want to say that the front of the library is looking very good. The masonry work, excellent. 2 questions. Paving. What fund did that come from?
Was all part of the,
The paving that was done out front came out of building maintenance.
Building maintenance, okay, that wasn't part of the,
Yep.
okay. And the other question, I thought I heard mentioned in the recording of last week's meeting, the door for the library cost $4,000.
Correct, and
Please explain.
we got 3 different bids. I've actually got them here in front of me if you want to look at them after the meeting. They are the handicap accessible, the AED that actually have the push bar that open automatically. They meet the new regulations for commercial doors.
Just curious.
Yep, and like I
Which-
said, we did get several different bids because we were thinking the same thing. But unfortunately, it's the hardware to make it handicap accessible.
You mean the
Those-
opener?
Yes,
that's an electric door, correct?
right, it
Yeah,
is, yep.
so it'll be the paddle, I guess, you push that automatically opens the door and,
Sign.
yeah, I don't,
Similar to the one that they have up at the dump,
similar,
which
Yeah.
was donated.
except that was just the opener,
Yeah,
not the door itself or anything else that went with it, so.
just
Yeah.
curious.
No, I know,
$4,000
it's-
seems to be
To me, it's
rather
ridiculous.
high.
Oh, yeah, to
And
me,
the-
it's absolutely ridiculous, but
The
it's,
add-ons are actually more expensive than
But
the
it's-
doors.
but it's what it
In both-
is.
In all 3 of these cases, if you look at
Yeah.
the 3 different companies, we took just the basic aluminum door, but then you start putting the requirements into it, whether it be the tempered fireproof glass, all the way down to the, like I said, handicap. It adds up, and we got 3 quotes.
Thank you.
thank you. Anything else to come before the board?
We're York County Shelter and the York County
State your name, please.
Community, Jim Driscoll.
Thank you.
York County Shelter and the York County Community Action are both on the list of social services every year. And I was wondering if you folks could reach out to the warrant finance or the chair of the warrant finance and ask 3 days prior to Thanksgiving. They give out, it'd be a good chance for them to get down and see what they physically, see what they actually do down there. Last year, they gave out 1,800 dinners, and if anyone on the warrant finance wants to donate a day, I'm going to, and, or turkeys. And they could get down and help out, see the people in action and see where they, instead of having them just come in and talk before them, they can physically get down there and see how it operates and become part of the process. Thanks.
Great, thank you. Okay, anyone else? Nope. Announcements. Mary Grant Pumpkin Carving is 4 PM on Saturday, October 22nd.
Yes, I just actually got off the phone with Barbara.
Did you?
Yes, and they were nervous there for a little while that they were gonna be able to get the pumpkins donated, but they were able to, so they have, it sounds like about close to 45 pumpkins.
Wow.
So they are hoping for a good turnout. There's gonna be, fish chowder, American chop suey, there's going to be, I understand, Paul Poynt's famous cider, Marita Lowell's very famous donuts, which I'm considering borrowing a child just to go try one of those, see if I can get my hands on
She
one of
had some of
those.
those over at the fire station open house, and
I have yet to try those,
they
so.
are wonderful.
Cupcakes, cookies, all kinds of goodies, so it is free. Mary Grant's always looking for donations, but, please bring your little ones out this Saturday.
Okay. Town Hall's gonna be closed November 14th and Saturday, November 15th.
Yay. So it's gonna be a long week, so.
Okay. Yeah, that was right after the election.
That's election week.
Yes, election week, okay. There's AED training, auto defib training here at the Town Hall, November 16th. You're doing that during the day?
Yeah, and
12 to
actually,
1 or so?
Veterans Day is the 11th. We're closed 11th and 12th, so.
Okay,
And then, yeah, the AED training is the 16th, that Wednesday. We're going to, have an extended staff lunch, probably 12 to 1, 1:30, and.
yeah, and this is
have
for the training on the AED that Elise at the library has gotten on a grant, so, to have here at the Town Hall. So it's gonna be accessible from the library and the Town Hall side. So the staff will be trained on how to use that, so. And 2016 dog licenses are now available. No, we've had in the past. It's been an ongoing, get your dog licensed, but let's, get in, get it done early, and don't have to worry about it again, so. Back up to the Town Hall closing, that was the 11th and
I'm sorry,
12th?
yep.
Was
The
it
11th and
misprint?
12th,
Okay,
yes.
so it's November 11th and November 12th. I thought those dates sounded a little
They were
far
kind
out.
of close together.
Yeah. So that's the dates that the Town Hall will be closed, so.
If I can just say a couple of things about the election, the upcoming election, we're getting lots and lots and lots and lots of calls. In Maine, you can register to vote right up until Election Day, right on Election Day, right up until the polls close at 8, so you need to make sure that you bring identification and proof that you're living in Acton. Absentee ballots are available now. You can request them, or immediate family can request them on your behalf. It's important to know that the deadline to request an absentee ballot is always the Thursday before the election, unless you meet some sort of emergency circumstance as defined by the Secretary of State's office. They basically have 4 different situations that have to be happening in that timeframe. We've seen a big increase. We've already issued 200, 250 absentees just in the last couple of weeks, so.
And those have to be back in here by when?
They have to be here before the polls close at 8 o'clock on election night.
Okay.
So I just urge you, do your homework ahead of time and bring your patients on election day, because we will be busy.
Yep, there's not a lot on the ballot, but there's enough on there to.
There's 6 or, yeah, it's
2
the
pages.
referendum question, right?
Yeah,
It's
front and back to
so-
go down through, so there's some bunch of questions on there, so. Like Jennifer says, do some homework ahead of time, and it'll save you in the booth. So. Anything else? I thought I had one more thing, and I can't remember now what it was.
I know the library has Croc Fest coming up.
Yep. So, no, I guess there's nothing else. You got anything, Bill?
No, sir.
No? I have nothing else. I guess we'll call for adjournment.
I move that we adjourn.
Seconded. Night all.